Now in Karnataka, the CBI has approached the High Court of the government's move to transfer the disproportionate asset case against the Deputy Chief Minister D.K. Shivakumar to the Lokayukta. This case, remember, was moved to the Lokayukta earlier, and the CBI has challenged the Karnataka government move to take away the D.K. Shivakumar probe sanction, and the High Court, I think, is going to be hearing the matter very shortly, is what we are learning. Prajwal continues to stay with us. Prajwal, what more do we know about this? Could the hearing happen anytime now?
Deepthi, it looks very unlikely at this point of time, because there are around 3 or 4 cases which are pending right in front of the judge, who has already received this request by the CBI as well. But to just go ahead and give an overview, this is the disproportionate assets case of D.K. Shivakumar to the tune of 74 crore rupees, which was lodged in initially by the Income Tax Department. Later, it was handed over to the Enforcement Directorate in 2018. But in 2020, it was the Central Bureau of Investigation which took over this particular case and had started fighting it legally in the state of Karnataka. Remember that on the 15th of December, the Karnataka High Court had in fact gone ahead and quashed a case in regarding to the summons which was issued by the CBI, because there was also a stay which was brought in by D.K. Shivakumar too. But after which we are getting to understand that the government of Karnataka, mainly the cabinet, had now decided to hand over this particular CBI case to the Lokayukta as well. So the question that has now been posed by the CBI after obtaining this particular cabinet note which was passed in by the cabinet clearly shows that there has been a change of jurisdiction from center to the state as well, which is not right on their part as well. And this is something the CBI questioned, and therefore they put in this particular petition. It is not only the Central Bureau of Investigation but also a BJP MLA Basangauda Patil Yatnal too going ahead and questioning on the same lines whether the government of Karnataka, state government, will have the jurisdiction to transfer case from a central agencies to a local anti-corruption body, which is the Lokayukta in the state of Karnataka. So we will need to wait and watch whether it will come or not, because we get to understand that the courts will be wrapping up proceedings by 4:30 to 5 as well, and there are still 3 cases pending before his his case will be coming in. So it is likely to happen tomorrow, or there might even be a further date which might be mentioned as well. So therefore, definitely some sort of some sort of problem for D.K. Shivakumar as well. But the Deputy Chief Minister has also spoken that there is absolutely nothing to worry, because it will be the government of Karnataka which will now be going ahead and answering to whatever the CBI has stated, and it will ultimately be left to the Honorable High Court of Karnataka to decide whether to transfer the case to the Lokayukta or let the CBI continue over it.
In fact, the Deputy Chief Minister of Karnataka, D.K. Shivakumar, also spoke on this issue, and he's under fire. His assets are under investigation. Here's what he said to the CBI's move to go to the court and challenge what the state government tried to do. They essentially tried to take the case back and ensure that it's investigated within Karnataka. Here is his response to legal developments today.
ಹಾಕ್ತಿರೆ ಸಿಬಿಐನವರು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗುವಂತ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ದೊಡ್ಡವರು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯ ಅಂತಾನೆ.
ಸರ್, ಮೂರು ಡಿಸಿಎಂಗಳಕ್ಕೂ
ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ನಂಬಿಕೆ. ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಹಾಕ್ತಿರೆ ಸಿಬಿಐನವರು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗುವಂತ ಹಾಕಿರ್ತಾರೆ, ನಾವು ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಏನು ಹೇಳಬೇಕು ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ, ಸರ್ಕಾರ ಏನು ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಲ್ಟಿಮೇಟ್ಲಿ ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ದೊಡ್ಡವರು ನ್ಯಾಯಾಲಯ ಅಂತಾನೆ.
ಸರ್, ಮೂರು ಡಿಸಿಎಂಗಳಕ್ಕೂ
ಆಗುದಿಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ನಂಬಿಕೆ.
Prajwal continues to be with us from Bengaluru, tracking the developments. It's a day of back-to-back news breaks here in Karnataka. Just a few seconds back, you had the bail granted to the Kar Sevak, where the state government is increasingly facing fire for not putting the full facts out and reopening a 31-year-old case and arresting a Kar Sevak in a 31-year-old case. And the Deputy Chief Minister now also facing the heat. He's been facing the heat for quite some time now. Prajwal, now that the CBI, of course, has moved the court, it is a procedural issue. But the battle is long, isn't it, for D.K. Shivakumar? What next for him? And what next for his party? What will this mean for his party?
Absolutely, because if we are going ahead and looking at DK Shivakumar's case as well, it's a double-edged sword too, because remember that there was a relief which was granted by the Karnataka High Court on the 15th of December, but it also essentially pointed out that the stay which was brought in by DK Shivakumar's legal team was also vacated at the same point of time once the summons plea issued by the CBI was quashed by the Karnataka High Court too. So this is a double-edged sword for him if we are speaking from the legal perspective and the context as well. Secondly, now if the CBI is going ahead and questioning about the jurisdiction as to how a central agency's case has been handed over to a state agency, that in itself will become the contempt of court as well as a contempt of law too, because this particular case was supposed to be going to the Supreme Court, but then the Supreme Court ordered the Advocate General and also the state's the state's attorney to go ahead and handle this particular case in the Karnataka High Court, because all of this has transpired within Karnataka between a period of 2013 to 2018 as well, and the case has passed through three central agencies, not one but three: the Income Tax Department, the Enforcement Directorate, and then the CBI. The Income Tax Department's case mainly pertains to the fact about the filing of income tax returns between 2014, 2015 and 2016 as well. And later, once the ED takes over the case in 2018, it also goes ahead and points out the fact that the amount of income tax which has been filed by DK Shivakumar is not proportionate to the amount that he had gotten. So then they go to the base of the entire case and then they look into it and they find out that his wealth has increased 3 times as well. So when the source of the income was looked into, the Enforcement Directorate also roped in the Central Bureau of Investigations as well. So this is definitely a huge legal tussle as well. Central agencies being involved, but the state government clearly goes ahead and states that now we'll be transferring the case to Lokayukta. Does the state government even have the gambit? Does it even have the power to go ahead and transfer a case which is being handled by the central agency to a state agency? This will be a conflict of interest as well, because remember that it is also the Karnataka government, which is the Congress party, which is in power in the state of Karnataka.